What's up, YouTube? So here we are today on a Sunday at the shop. We're here because in the last video I bought a Miata that I was gonna put a transmission in and flip it, that I got from somebody that I knew. Ended up not doing the transmission on it, and I posted it on Facebook a week later, and I just sold it for $1,200 in profit. That is a beautiful feeling, making money on a Sunday like this, especially when I essentially did nothing other than buy the car and relist it. We actually have a little more exciting news in that we're doing a Texas Speed cam on a 2008 Chevy Silverado with a 4.8 along with headers. I'm kind of curious. I've never done a 4.8. Those are obviously the smaller of the V8 Chevy engines, the 4.8. Like I said, I'm kind of curious to see what it's going to sound like. This is the Texas Speed cam. We have two. We're doing a stage 2 and a stage 1. I believe this one might be the stage 1. Yeah. So we have a stage 2 as well, like I said. But this is a stage 1. It has that on the gas logo right there. Man, I find that super cool. So on the gas, they're kind of a big reason of why I wanted to even start my YouTube channel, or just to post more on YouTube. The simple fact that, man, they do a lot of the same stuff that we do here. They do it over there, and a lot of people tune into that. But apart from the cam out there, on that 4.8, we actually got just about everything. I'll show y'all kind of where we're at with it. These are all like the gaskets, you know, all the boring stuff. You got your springs, seals, lifters, lifter trays, nothing exciting. So let's get out of here and I'll show y'all kind of what the engine looks like. So over here we have this 73 C3 Corvette, which we had, well, the owner had these wheels made, custom wheels made for this car, and he paid quite a bit of money for those. Anyways, when you look this up, when you look the center bore for the wheels on these C3s, it's going to tell you 70.3 millimeters. But I found that it's actually 7.8 or around there, a little bit bigger than 70.3. And if you look it up on like big websites and stuff, they're all going to tell you 70.3. But if you look deeper into the forums, there's actually been quite a few guys that their center bore is bigger than 70.3 and they're having fitment issues. So that was pretty wild, because, you know, what are the chances of that happening? But anyways, let's go over to the other shop and then I'll show you guys that 4.8 block. All right, so now we're over here at the shop on the lift. Before I show you all the engine that's over there, on the lift we have this Camaro that we recently did Cook's headers on there, which are like pretty high-end headers for these cars. We also have did a full tune-up on this, my bad. And while we were down there, we saw that the drive shaft center bearing is completely worn out. This is a super common issue on Mopars, and apparently on these Chevys as well. Then we have this Trackhawk that we're doing some transmission work on, and some box for the headers. But anyways, this is the 4.8 block that we will be doing that Texas Speed cam on. As you guys can see, we got it fully taped up. So one thing that I really pride myself on is doing clean work and done right on the first time. So the customer wanted us to paint the block. You know, if we're gonna paint the block, we have to pretty much wash, clean with scrub with a little wire brush and everything, to make sure that everything is pretty clean, so that the paint can stick. You know, just going the extra mile just to do stuff like that for the customer. I'm gonna see if I can turn it around. I actually can, so you guys can see. Got the oil pan off and everything. And over here, this is where the oil pan's at, oil pickup tube and all that. See how dirty this was. Pretty dirty. Probably gonna need a new one. Not probably, definitely getting a new one. Here are the cylinder heads, which I am taking today to the machine shop. So that way they can clean them up and all that, make sure they're good. Because the last thing you want to do is assemble everything and then there's an issue with the heads, you know? You want to address all the issues up front with the customer so that they can come back. And you know, it's just that way you're not working twice and the customer's satisfied. And right outside is where we have this truck, which it will be going in. Crazy, right? Project Torque, Freddy LSX sticker on there, but we're doing a on the gas cam. Wild. Anyways, there's where the engine once sat. We're gonna go ahead and close this. I'll probably need 2 hands for this, so close that up here in a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much it on that. That was probably a tuned BMW or something. But yeah, we're gonna get that cam in there. Just kind of want to show y'all how this progress is looking. Once we got it a little more dressed up and painted, we'll get back to this. All right, so it's probably been about, I'd say 3-4 days since last time. Here we have the truck inside. We're finally getting there to where we're gonna put the engine back in here. So one thing that we did, you know, just another little extra thing, man. We also degreased the engine bay now that the engine is out, just to make the truck look cleaner. And here it is. This is what we were working on. As you guys can tell, man, it looks way, way better. We have the rear main seal that we're gonna be changing on there. Pretty much completely resealed. As you guys can see, the valve covers, they got this like red textured paint on there. Cylinder heads have taken their trip to the machine shop, but they haven't been cleaned up and all that. Got the timing cover done. And we even went ahead and did the oil pan. As you guys can see, man, this thing, it looks brand new. I am actually very happy with how this turned out. And I am very happy with how like the color combinations look. I feel like some black would have looked good here, but I don't know where. But yeah, we're gonna be throwing this engine in there, putting the headers in there. We have the headers here. I'm throwing a tune, and I'll be back over here showing y'all kind of how everything sounds once we start it up. Alrighty, so we finally got this cam in this truck. Texas Speed on the gas edition cam. And this is just for the time being. We also did a side dump exhaust, as you guys can see. Let me get this started for y'all so y'all can hear how this sounds. Leave that right there. Yeah, this thing sounds nice. And let me open up the hood so you guys can see the engine in there. It sucks that you can't see the engine as much as I'd like to. You guys can see headers are in there. The engine is nicely painted and all that. Customer also brought me his own intake, so we went ahead and put that in there. But yeah, we have Zero misfires whatsoever. This thing sounds amazing. But let's go ahead and take this on a little spin. Just down the road. Let's give us a little bit of gas. Man, that is what a fucking cam is supposed to do right there. This definitely feels like a completely different truck and sounds like a completely different truck. But yeah, I think overall this customer is going to be super excited. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. For anybody looking to get some performance work done on their vehicles, we specialize in V8s, Hemis, Mopars, or Hemis, LS, and Coyotes. But yeah, that wraps it up for this video. Appreciate everybody that tuned in to watch this.